Hey guys, Steve here. If you want to find out more about me and want my help in the toy business, check out kidsbrandinsight.com. I've also got a free podcast you can check out. Just type in Playing at Business on wherever you listen to your podcasts. And then also there's a LinkedIn newsletter which has about 6,500 subscribers all about the toy and game business. But yeah, I just wanted to record a quick video basically for those companies who've raised funding and want to go really quickly in the toy business. Now, I've consulted for hundreds of startups. I mean, I haven't counted it. It could be as many as 1,000 at this stage. And quite a lot of them have been companies who have funding and who want to go quickly. And I guess in the last 5 to 10 years, there's definitely a pattern of how people have managed to go quickly. So I just wanted to put this out there for anybody else who is, heading down that path. Point number one in how you can kind of try and go faster than the normal is to excessively test and tweak the product range, especially to start with. The day and age of like spending 3 years working on a product and doing one big launch, they've not gone, but that's not really how you scale very quickly from scratch nowadays. So basically use whatever online resources or platforms you need and test the hell out of the product, change it, tweak it, and then rinse and repeat. The thing is, it takes a long time normally to build a toy company. It can take decades. It can certainly take years. And so, yeah, these are just a few tips that I've seen dozens of companies use to go much more quickly. And the quickest way to launch distribution, like in terms of getting some scale, but also doing it really quickly, is Amazon. Like, there's no comparison with any other route really or route. So yeah, it's a quick start on distribution. So if you have all the details, you can kind of go live more or less immediately once you've loaded it up. You can also roll out to new countries. So let's say you launch on wherever. Let's say you're in Germany or France and you do a launch, and that's all good. You can quickly roll out to neighboring countries, the US, the world's biggest market. And it's not uncommon nowadays for some international companies to have like a third or even half of their revenues via Amazon. So that's definitely a good way to look to launch if you're going to go quickly. You obviously need to have all the skills, knowledge, and capabilities and the setup to to thrive on Amazon. But that's kind of really your advantage, is you can structure for that from the start. Versus kind of traditional market incumbent players who, frankly, are bedeviled by the infrastructure needed to service traditional retail. Which kind of brings me over to point 3, which is actually then you can afford to really overinvest on Amazon advertising to get prominence and reviews. And when I say overinvest, I don't mean like until you go bankrupt. I just mean that the formulas, the percentages you can invest if you're only doing that, and if you're only trying to grow quickly, versus somebody who was already in business for a long time and then went onto Amazon's platform and is now trying to manage that alongside their traditional model. You'll definitely be able to invest more if you structure to focus on Amazon from the start. And then once you're successful with that, basically you can roll out to traditional distribution by distributors. I've helped, again, I don't know, like a couple of dozen probably companies do this, where they've launched successfully on Amazon and then they've needed some help to access the kind of the traditional, old-fashioned, boring, some might say, world of toys and games, which, being old-fashioned and boring myself, is kind of where I live. So but then I guess that's going to take a bit more time. But by this stage, you've already got probably like thousands of positive reviews on consumer reviews on Amazon. So no distributor or retailer you pitch to can say really, I don't know why anyone would want to buy it. I don't really understand it. Like all the kind of subjective buyer crap feedback you get, which is really not very helpful or frankly oftentimes professional. You kind of can cut through that because you've already proven it works because it's already sold. So yes, they might argue that it's not going to sell it for their channel, for their consumer base versus Amazon for a reason. That's a fair argument. The reality is they can't say that no consumer would ever want to buy this because you've already proven that is not the case. And then after you're successful with these distributors, typically then companies will look to hire staff to go direct to retail in these countries. So again, it's an area I've helped a few people with. So in terms of like hiring people to set up a sales office, to manage distributors, etc., etc. We will often do the recruitment, the headhunting to find those people for some of the people that we've helped to roll out to distributors in the first place. And that's kind of really the 5 steps. Now, it sounds very simple. As any of you who have any experience will know, there's a lot of work within all that, and it can take time. So like typically to get like international distribution, not via this method, via the traditional paths, is going to take you 5 years, 3 to 5 years, even if you have amazing products and a great team and investment. Via Amazon, you can probably cut, a couple of years out of that. So you could launch, in the current year, you could be successful. You could roll out to more markets on Amazon next year and be really successful, and then you could start the conversations with distributors, and in year 3 you could have those distributors, and in year 4 you could be doing your first direct to retail. But I mean, most investment companies, when they invest, they're looking for 3 to 5 year transactions. So one way or another, they want to cash out, having seen you grow quickly. In this industry, it does tend to be slower than if you're in like tech or something, but like you could certainly expect to, by following this model, take it from 5 years to 3 years, which is quite a significant advantage if you're working with people who are looking for a very quick turnaround on their capital, so they can redeploy it and kind of start again. So yeah, those are the 5 kind of how-tos of doing a fast track toy startup with funding. Final plug for our services. So if you want to find out more about the consulting and the way we help these companies, check out kidsbrandinsight.com. We also do recruitment for companies who are looking to hire. Obviously, it's paid for. Please don't phone up expecting it for free, which does happen for some reason. But just check out toyrecruitment.com for more information on that. And that's all we've got time for today, but I'll be back soon with more.